Hello guys, it's your boy a.dTHEweeb back with another video. Now today's video gonna be doing Naruto was the Overlord Part 1. So this is not my actual story, this is a fan fiction. So if you guys want to check it out, the link is gonna be in the description. But yeah, anyways, this is 25 like for the next part if you want to continue reading the section basically. And uh without further oh yeah, and also I will not be like describing how the people look. I'm just gonna be saying their names most of the time. So yeah, I'm probably gonna describe like some side characters like once, but like if it's somebody like Kagome or like Eins, I'm not gonna describe it. You already know what it looks like. I'm just gonna show a picture. So yeah, just want to say that. I might like describe some of the side characters for somebody like I don't know, what's the name, Shiji or something like that. I might describe people like that, but not people like Eins and everything. So yeah, just want to let you guys know that before we start. And before further ado, let's just get the video started. Anyways, basically, freaking. Sorry for any background noise if there is any. So yeah, just start listening events. But anyways, chapter 1, Supreme Being. Basically, we saw this within the Tomb of Nazarick. In the Great Tomb of Nazarick, things were quiet for the most part in the main chambers of one known as Eins. He was sitting in his chair doing to his paperwork as Sebes, which this guy spelled Sebes wrong for some reason, but yeah. Anyway, Sebes had just handed him some paperwork not too long ago. Eins was an undead skeleton lord. He is known as the wizard class warrior that was known to use some of the most powerful spells in the entire world with ease. He was even capable of becoming a warrior class fighter when using one spell of his basically spell known as greater greater create object or something. But anyways, his weapon this allowed him to bypass his problem in his wizard state and take a more weapon based look. His outfit was a skeleton wizard, was less bulky than it used to be compared to it. He decided to shrink his size in of his like the size of his robe. Basically this thing, this thing is wearing right here. Yeah, that's basically it. He decided to shrink that and make it cover like his basic body and doesn't have the large bulky pads. From there, basically two glowing orbs, and on his shoulder where his pad went over. His eyes were dark red, glow with the immense of power. Next to him was a golden staff, the staff of Eins, which was considered one of the strongest objects in the world. Eins was busy these days doing stuff he didn't really interest in. Freaking hell, doing stuff that didn't really interest him anymore. He had defected he had defeated the great slain bureaucracy, recruited powerful warriors to his side, and defeated all the major kingdoms, leading him to basically won the lands without an equal side, like pretty much any rival some type. I don't know. But yeah. Sadly, after doing this, he grew tired of sitting around and doing nothing, while at the same time having no one to really fight him anymore. From his perspective, things were unknowingly simple, and he wanted something different to happen. More, he wanted something to fight. He wanted someone to fight or some new place to conquer. The door of his office had a knock, and he looked up, saying, "Come in." The door opened, and entering the room was basically a black hell, man. I'm just gonna skip this question because I don't feel like it. Basically, this guy, he would walk in as Eins would basically say, what's it called? Eins would say, Demiurge, freaking hell, the hell am I doing? Okay, sorry about that. Eins would say, Demiurge, what can I do for you? The man would smile with adjusting his gloves on his hand. Well, I was wanting to warn you about the tomb so to shake, but from freaking hell. I messed up again. Shit. Anyways, basically, Demiurge will say, well, I was wanting to warn you about something, but he was basically cut off as the tomb started to shake from explosions coming from one of the main floors. They were basically, as I would say, they're at it again, aren't they? The man will smile and nod his head. Yes, from what I've gathered, they are basically fighting over who will be the main wife in basically your wives. So, but I'm curious about something, if you don't mind me asking. As them, as I would say, asked away the merch. Basically, as I had an idea of what he was about to ask, but he wanted to be sure for sure. As the marriage would say, well, I was wondering why you haven't tried to for childs yet, my lord. This would basically help us by giving the girls something to keep them occupied and keep us from having to repair the tomb all the time. As I would sigh and say, I could Demiurge, I shit. As freaking Andrew say, if I could Demiurge, I would. But the problem being, I'm an undead. I do not have basically he doesn't have a thing. Alright, I'm not gonna name it, but yeah, you don't know what I mean. As basically Demiurge say so, that as Andrew say so, that means I can't really have them. I have a kid basically. Eins would basically nod his head. I mean, Demiurge would nod his head, understanding. So yeah, as the as basically Demiurge would basically say, I see, my lord. Thank you for sharing that with me. It's shown you trust me, and I appreciate it. As Eins would basically nod his head, asking, so who is it this time though? From what, as Demeter would say, from what I've seen, it was Albedo, Salcio, and Jishi or something. Fucking hell, I can't say her name right. But yeah, let me go get a picture of her real quick. Basically, this is Jishi. I don't freaking know how to say her name. But yeah, basically, he would say it's Albedo, Salcio, and Jishi. They are all fighting with the maids, staying out of their way for the most part. Cocytus is watching to make sure they'll stop when necessary, and so is victim. And basically, Cocytus is this guy. So yeah. Anyways, yeah. Anyways, I will say I see. I remember the days Jishi came into the tomb. He had defeated her years ago when the Saint Kyokusi was formed, and from that defeat, the strongest in the world. Upon doing so, the lolly was basically obsessed with becoming his wife and having his child out. But the other girls wanted it first, so they fought her for the right. Compared to them, it was even fight for all sides, and he was basically seeing the war getting worse over time. Before Eins could drown down any further in the freaking hell. Before Eins could head down to the lower floors to fix the problem. He felt something in his room that was otherworld like, basically. Demiurge to my side now. The demon didn't know what was bothering his master, but he quickly appeared next to him. Be ready. We have to we're about to have some guests from outside this world. Uh, as Demiurge would say, but what? But how, my lord? The tomb is protected. But all the other means, yes, but not by gods. Out of thin air came a skeleton-like being that had a dagger in his mouth, floating in mid-air. Next to him was next to it, because it's skeleton, but yeah. Next to it was a woman with a white robe that covered in a magical light. Next to her was a floating old man with ripple eyes and a black staff. Who are you? You should know, Eins. After all, you were from our world at one time. And basically, these people are Shinigami and Sage of Six Path. But yeah, Demiurge could sense it. Compared to the tomb, these three were on another level. But compared to Eins, they were still weaker. This means that Supreme's being really were stronger than gods of the worlds, basically. I do not know what you are speaking of, but think I know who you two are, except for the old man, Kami and Shinigami. The two gods smile and the old man smile. My child, my name is Hagomo, or in your former life, you may know me as the Sage of the Sixth Path. But you know what the story is, right? Naruto, Eins, Eins would hear that name and start to flare his full aura, forcing the gods to back up and bring the entire tomb to his side, which all of them were ready to fight. Who are you? Asked a woman with black hair and horns in her head, and golden eyes were glaring at the beings that dared to stand before her beloved Lord Eins, and the girls basically are battle. So yeah. Anyways, as basically Albedo would say, how dare you address your master in such way? A small girl with a large breast and wearing a red dress and umbrella had her eyes glow against the three beings from before them. A blue ice. I'm not gonna describe the freaking people because I don't want to anymore. Anyways, as basically the gods would apologize. How do you know my old name? No one, not even my brethren, knew that name. I forgot that name for a reason, and now you are here to drag it back out again. How dare you? Give me one reason not to destroy all of you three. The gods knew it was a bad sign, and he was not happy. More importantly, he didn't want to be remembered. He didn't want to remember his past as one Naruto Uzumaki, Lord Eins, who is Naruto. Turning to Albedo, he sighed. It was a time for them to basically know the truth of his birth. That was my human name when I was first born. I was a human that had the power over what is called chakra. It is a mixture of spiritual and physical energy that is able to do things similar to magic. However, it was to the contrary. I was the container of a powerful demon at the time. My bad. I'm freaking slow as fuck for some reason today, but yeah. As basically they'll say, really, you were a human, my lord. As Gamma and the other girls were basically starting to put things together. Lord Eins was always soft to children, humans, and those that earned his favor. They never really knew why, but it was a sign that there was a part of his past he still attached to, and uh didn't basically cast it aside, whatever, basically fully change to become a undead. I don't freaking know. But yeah, they realized that when they spoke ill of human, it was insulting to the Lord, and they would have to repent in the future. But yeah, anyways, yes, I was with the demon in my stomach. I was hated and treated like garbage. Sadly, my parent died to protect the village and seal the monster away into me, saving all of them. They spat on their memories, and the only people that really cared about me were the former leader of the village and the woman that I met many years ago. She was basically she was a cursed child as well. She was a cautious child as well, treated like garbage all the time of day. These From those time I was being started to basically neglected overall and everything. I managed to make friends and allies over time, but this led to me finally having a mission that would end my life. I was tasked to bring back a traitor that went out out of our village, to the person that killed the man that was my grandfather in the village. I managed to basically get him and defeat him in battle with some major injuries, but before I knew it, my former teacher saw me and kicked me deep into a ravine that left me to die from the impact and injuries I suffered from. Shortly afterward, I saw the demon disappear inside of me, and soon I was reborn. This was where I was able to meet the ones that became my family and give me the rank of supreme beings, ruler of the tomb of Nazareth. Yes, Naruto, we were deeply sorry in letting this happen to you. We never saw that people in the village would do something like this to you. Yes, who would have guessed everyone was in on your death in that mission, other than Ayame and Uncle. Turning to Kami, she explained, when you died, it was confirmed that Ayame found out her father was using the stand to weaken you and kill you in the end. She hated her father for doing this and eventually left in the middle of the day and went to Spring Country, which I'm pretty sure you guys know what that is, where she is known to basically be a famous cook, where working extensively in expanding her franchise, whatever. I don't freaking know. But yeah, Koyuki has protected her from Konoha, and she has threatened to bring the other nations into a war with them if they continue to harass them after losing their alliance. Uncle, on the other hand, left her headband behind and was gone. No one knows where she is and where she went off to. We know for a fact she is hiding out in Spring and is working with Fukuyoki as her basically her spy and like her bodyguard, and the person in charge of torturing the spies that are there as well. Interesting, but what does this have to do with me? Hagomo came forward. Naoto, you are meant to save this world and free them from the chains of darkness / the cycle of hatred. That brings it, but sadly, this death was basically a catalyst for me to see everything that I did was wrong. It's time for the age of shinobi to end and to rise a new era to begin. I see, but I'm not returning to that world. I have nothing there worth fighting for, and I refuse to be some kind of savior to them. No, even if you promise not even if you promise you something in trade in return, basically Shinigami was the one offering this time. In Eins now is his eyes. What are you offering? The others were about to voice their disapproval, but they saw that Eins was serious about the offer, so they stayed quiet instead. We are offering you freedom to do as you choose, with the word freedom to kill whoever you please, and we can finally give you the one thing you always wanted, a body to have children with. You mean Lord Eins couldn't have children now? The woman was horrified when Demiurge confirmed this, and they were crying tears and never knew what basically sex was would be like with their leader. A human body is nice, but my question is, what else would the body come with? Hagoromo held up a set of eyes, and they basically look like his own, with the purple and Rinnegan, basically, right? Freaking hell. But yeah, they had the Sharingan Tomoes in them, and they were spinning slowly, basically when it's Sharingan, but purple instead of red. So yeah. These are known as the Oni Sharingan. They are the most powerful eyes in the world, and only I have them. My mother had one in her forehead, but these are the only complete set in existence. If you do this for us, not only will your tomb come with you, freedom. If you do this for us, not only your tomb will come with you, freedom as you please, in human body, but I will give you these eyes to use of all the forms of chakra possible. Eins star over for after Eins star over it, and finally wanting to see some of his old friends, and again he said fine, but we also want some immunity from chakra. As Kami nodded and waved her hands, and they all glowed. You are all now immune to illusion and mind control, and have the ability to ignore jutsu up to about S class jutsu, basically, which is about city magic in your terms. Fine, Eins turned to his followers, my guardians. We now have a new land to explore and conquer. I expect you all to help me in succeeding in taking this world as my own. Albedo smiled and all bowed to him. We swore our loyalty to you, Lord Eins. We are to follow you everywhere you go. We promise that we will be at your side in the time of need. The rest gave a smile. We respond to basically agree. Turning to them, Eins said, we're ready for war, basically. Freaking hell. Anyways, let's get this over with. The two guards basically nodded their head and say, we are really sorry for everything, Naruto. We hope that for the future, we hope the best for the in the future. With a bright light, they all were gone from the old world, which was the new world for Overlord. But yeah, they left it, and basically for the human that were left, land of Uzu. Eins arrived in his old world, basically, and saw they were they were in the land of Warpwood, or land of Uzu. This was the land of his former ancestors, and he was excited to finally get his ancestors' old country back in working order. After seeing the landscape, the whole place already started the garden working on the whole place already started getting worked on by the garden, making sure they were all protected and had means to counter anyone that could come their way. But one of the pretties noticed Eins had changed. Shit. Lord Eins, your body. Everyone turned to Eins to skeletal being the skeletal being replaced with a human body, but it was darker than they thought it would be. His skin was the same tone when he was originally human, but his eyes were deep red with two black rings in them, and he stood a foot taller than everyone in front of in the room, and had dark gray hair and was spiked with fingers were basically like claws, with him even wearing a black cloak, a dark black and gray robe. His that hide most of his body. Hold up, let me get a picture of what Eins looks like. And this video has been already longer than I expected it to be, but yeah. Anyways, as basically Eins would say, what do you know? Better than my original human body? No, but that's a question. Naruto seen around and basically felt his chakra was back, but he could not access his magic at all, making him scratch his head. So I would seem I can only use my I can use chakra in this form, while my original form I can use magic to my heart content. How interesting. Naruto turned to his group. What do you all think about my new form? Everyone bowed and smiled at the ruler. Sarge spoke with a blush on her face. Beauty incarnate, master. You radiate power that is out of this world, even in this form. You might look human, but in truth, you are more than that. You're more than that. We shall always remember that fact. Kokaides was next. Your form speaks of a great warrior, in power. Your instinct in your form is second to none, and you're truly worth praise. Oa and her brother, Mare, which is basically Oa was this one, the guy clothes, which is actually a girl, and that one is the guy, which is looks like a girl, but yeah, they cross dress or something for some reason, but yeah, for like more agility or something, but yeah, anyways, Oa and her brother was both shared the same opinion about, but Oa spoke for them. Even in this state, we know you're a true supreme being, and that is all that matters to me and my brother. Said Jishi smiled. It doesn't matter to me, my lord. You are the true form of power, and even in the state, I could be pleased with any children we have. Alberta snarled at her. You minus her having basically she would say yes, minus her having your child. Your form does not deceive me, and I know that you take this form to please all of us, and that is more than anything I could dream for. The rest of the room was sharing the same opinion, and soon Naruto was pleased, showing them his new eyes. Then they shifted to having wings with tomois in them. His power with it, there's no one in the elemental nation that can stop me. Naruto laughed as for a bit before coughing in his hand. He then looked at his follower. Now we get down to business. Everyone that is not assigned to work around the clock, prepare on defense and prevent intruders from reaching the inner sanctum of the tomb. For assignment, I want Sachir and Beta to head out to wave, and Beta I think is basically, I believe Beta is this girl with the red hair. Yeah, I believe it's this one. press something better, but yeah. Wait, actually no, never mind. It's not her. It's her, I think. One of them two, alright? Freaking hell. But yeah. Sorry. Anyways, basically, Shachi and Beta to head to Wave and help them with their problem. From what Kami gave me in my memories, after calling all their trade with them, they are invading the country. After calling all the trade with basically Hidden Leaf Village, they're invading the Wave and pick up the economy. They killed a man named Tazuna and are going to kill his family. But both of you are to head there and slaughter anyone that is a shinobi Konoha and save the people of Wave. Doing so, make sure that if there are anyone of great value or power, to bring them into the basically tomb. No, never mind. Basically, Shachi to make them into one of her brides, which when you become a bride, you basically look like this. So yeah, to basically serve her whatever. Shachi would smile. Of course, I shall head out now, my lord. Come, Beta. The dark-skinned maid follow with a smile, as she would basically say, "Yes, ma'am. Let's go. Have some fun." Both were out the door, and Naruto turned to the rest of the room. The rest of you stay here and plan defense like I asked before. Albedo, you are with me. We're going to find my dear friend Gara and show him a new power in this world. Freaking I can't read for some reason. Of course, Lord Eins turned to her. While we're out in this world, you shall only refer to me as Bemba. Is that clear? She nodded her head, and without a second to wait, she turned into her dark armor form and had her war axe, which is actually a world-class anime if you guys didn't know that. Let's move. Now to open a Kamui hole, which is really not a Kamui hole, it's just like one of those dark portals, and they got sucked. They both got. He opened a Kamui hole and sucked them both into it. But guys, this was one. We know if you guys liked and enjoyed. Let me know what you guys thought of this part. And yeah, I kind of made this way longer than I thought it was gonna be. But yeah, I don't know. If you guys want the part to be long, let me know. I could do it like 30 minutes or something. But if you don't, I can try doing it 20 minutes. But yeah. Anyways, so for you, I'm gonna be out for now. Oh yeah, wait, before I go, get this video 25 likes for next one, and yeah, now I'm gonna be out for now. Peace.